Hi, do you guys know what are the fundamentals of an Android application? First of all, you guys have to know that an Android apps can be written using Java, C++, and Kotlin languages. The Android SDK tools compile your code along with any data and source files into an APK, an Android package file, which is an archive file with an .apk extension. One APK file contains all the contents of an Android app and it is the file that Android powered devices use to install the app. So today we're gonna learn about the basics, core fundamental concepts of any Android application. These are the contents of our today's lecture. First of all, we will see what are the application components and why they are used for. After that, how to activate those components in any application. And we will also go through the manifest file. What is it used for and what is it basically. After that, we will see how to declare the components in that manifest file. After being able to declare the components in manifest file, we will see the capabilities to declare the components in that manifest file. After the capabilities, we will see what are the basic any application requirements. Then we will look forward to an application resources. So first of all, any application can contain these four different components. So first of all, anyone application will be using activities, our services, our broadcast receivers, our otherwise any content providers may be using more of one of these. So the app contents are the essential building blocks of an Android app. Each component is an entry point through which the system or a user can enter your app. And also you guys have to know that some components can depend on others. Each of these components serves a specific purpose and has a distinct life cycle that defines how the components is created and destroyed. Now we are going to go through these components. What is activity? An activity is the interface of your application. An activity is a single screen with a user interface to which a user can interact with your application. For example, an email application might have one activity that shows a list of new emails and another activity to compose an email and also another activity to reading emails. Although the activities work together to form a cohesive user experience in the email app. and each one activity is independent of all others. So an activity will be containing these two files, activity.xml and the activity.java. So the activity.xml file is used to declare the components or the widgets are it is normally, we can say, a front of your application to which user will interact. The front of your app are your activity with which user directly interacting. This is the front, the interface of your activity to which the user will be interacting, just like clicking this button and something will happen behind that. And user is unknown to internal functions. This is the XML files overview or preview. Your file, you can use the widgets directly and or declare the widgets directly to the XML file, or this design phase you can drag and drop any of the components or these widgets from all the widgets or all these palettes. So this is the work of XML file, activity.xml, and here is that this XML, activity_xml, and after that activity.java. This is basically used to control the actions on interface of your application's user. Mean when user will click some button, then what will be happen or what will be background work of your activity will be controlled from main activity.java file, mean activity.java file. So all the coding, the controlling of the data and your code will be written in the activity.java file. So this is the activity.java file. After that, getting the overview of activity. So this was all about activities, and now services. A service is a general purpose entry point for keeping an app running in the background for all kinds of reasons. It is a component that runs in the background to perform long running operations or to perform work for remote processes. A service does not provide a user interface. For example, a service might play music in background while the user is in a different app, or it might fetch data over the network without blocking user interaction with an activity. Now, broadcast receivers. A broadcast receiver is a component that enables the system to deliver events to the app outside of a regular user flow, allowing the app to respond to system-wide broadcast announcements. Because broadcast receivers are another well-defined entry into the app, the system can deliver broadcasts even to apps that are not currently running. So, for example, an app can schedule an alarm to post a notification to tell the user about an upcoming event. And by delivering that alarm to a broadcast receiver of the app, there is no need for the app to remain running until the alarm goes off. And the content providers. A content provider basically manages a shared set of app data that you can store in the file system in a SQLite database are on the web or on any other persistent storage location that your app can access. Through the content provider, other apps can query or modify the data if the content provider allows it. For example, that if just like the contacts in our mobile, so just as WhatsApp fetches the contacts through contacts memory or contacts app, there is an content provider which is used to get the contacts list from the contact app. So the contacts is totally another app, and WhatsApp is basically another app. So in between these two apps, there is a content provider which is providing this service to us to get the contacts from phone contacts holding memory or SQL from anywhere it is fetching the contacts to provide the WhatsApp. So that's it for content providers. Now these are four application components which are used in any of applications. So we have gone through the all components of the app. Now, how to activate these components, which we have just discussed before: the activities, the services, the broadcast receivers, and content providers. So how these gonna activate it in our application when we need it? So how we gonna do it to work? Now you guys need to know that three of four components types: activities, services, and broadcast receivers are activated by an asynchronous message called an intent. So, whenever we need to activate one of these components or any of these components, so we have to implement the intent class, which is basically used to activate other component. So we can activate any other activity. Just for example, if you guys doing some photo editing app or another like this, so if you want to implement the camera activity, mean you want to get some pictures in your application from the camera, so you have to activate the camera activity first, then it will the camera activity will become on, and it will respond us as a open camera, just like how we open the camera application and take the pictures. After taking the picture, then it will reply us that picture in our application. So this scenario will be created by intent class. So anyone in class or activity which you gonna activate, or anyone broadcast receiver or the service you're gonna use in your application, so you have to activate that component, three of these components using intent. And the fourth one component, the content provider, is not like these three components. Mean it will not be activated through the intent class. So how the content providers gonna activate it? They are activated when targeted by a request from a content resolver. The content resolver handles all direct transactions with the content provider, so that the component that's performing transactions with the provider does not need to, and instead calls method on the content resolver object. This leaves a layer of abstraction between the content provider and the component requesting information. So whenever we're gonna activate the content provider, so we have to use content resolver class to activate it, unlike the intent class for other all. So that was the way how we have to create these four components. And now we are going to the manifest file. What is the manifest file? It is basically run at the very first uh, in while running your application. Before the Android system can start an app component, the system must know what the component exists by reading the app manifest file, Android manifest.xml, which is the which will be in every project whenever we are creating. So your app must declare all its components in this file. Any one of component if you guys gonna use in your application, so that component will be declared in manifest file. So if you guys gonna use any of the component, the services, the content providers, our activities, are some broadcast receivers, so we have firstly need to declare these all components in manifest file at the very first time, because system must know what we gonna use in our application. So and while this manifest file is most important for our project, because it also having the information what permissions we gonna use in our application. So if our application is using internet somehow internet, then we have to put the permission of internet access in the manifest file. So this is the, just like we can say, the backbone of our app, junction between the application and its components. So if you guys wanna see the where the manifest file is, so we have to go in the app, and this is the folder of manifest file. Now, as I already said that whenever we gonna use any kind of component in our application, so we have to firstly declare it in the manifest file. So this, the activity component, is declared automatically while we gonna use the application or creating the project firstly. So the manifest file also handles something else. What is that? It will be handling the different activities. If you are using more than one activities in an application, so it will automatically be that activities automatically be declared over there from the Android Studio to ours to ourselves. So Android Studio automatically handles that this activity is a launcher activity. What is meant by launcher? Launcher means whenever the application starts, first of all, this activity will be shown to the user. This one activity, which is main activity, because now we are using only this one activity in our application. That's why there is only one component of activity in the manifest file. Capabilities. We have seen how we can declare the components. Now, what are the capabilities for declaring the components? As we discussed above in activating components, when we was activating these components, we were just like talking about the intents. So you can use an intent to start activities, services, and broadcast receiver. You can use an intent by explicitly naming the target component using the component class name in the intent. So here is an example of declaring capabilities. The intent filter is normally used to declare the capabilities in the activity or in any component. So what to do at what time, what is its mean, what is it time to launch, or when it need to be in action. All these requirements are here would be there in the intent filter tab. So this is used to declare the capabilities of your application or of your component. So what are the application requirements? It is the requirements, what your application gonna require from user. What would be the environmental functionalities which your application gonna use while runtime. So here is an example. If your app requires a camera and API introduced in 2.1, just like example, which is API level I think 7. So you must declare these as requirements in your manifest file, as here shown that this application gonna use the feature of camera, and uh, the required is to mean it is most must required. So whenever the user gonna install this application, so at the very first time he will he will take a notification that this application gonna use the camera. So do you have the camera in your device, or it gonna automatically check the camera in user's device. If camera is working, then it will be installed automatically. And the other thing, the API that is using this application is using from APIs 7. Mean minimum SDK would be 7. Okay, so the application would already know that I gonna use the Android SDK version 7. Some APIs of the Android SDK 7 that will be required in future. So these are the requirements which are used to declared over here in manifest file. So this was how to declare the requirements. Now app resources. What are the app resources? Uh, you guys have to know that in the application there is not only the coding. There are bunch of things in the in application at a same time. So there are much resources like images, photos, or some some animation files, or something like logos which we're gonna use in our application. So the styles, the strings, all of these things. This folder is our resource folder. So this folder gonna use what? So these are default basically backgrounds. So all our pictures will be stored in drawable file. So this is the layout. Layout is also a component. So our resource which is declared over in layout. Layout basically is our main interface, which is our activity. So there are also some other files, the values, the colors which we're gonna use in our application, some colors which will be used in application, some strings are just like these, some what we're gonna print something on, which on where on something. So these are strings, are we gonna put these strings on labels, buttons, or on a bunch of things like that. Styles are basically performed to some schemes on your application. Some these are what style you're gonna use. The dark action bar, the no action bar, something like that. So these are all styles which are used to this is what you have seen. There was some bar, a bar was which is just have now gone. So we have just seen all the resources. These all files are resources for our application. So there is not only the coding is resource of our file, our application. So these all the files are our resources. So these all are connected with our application. Okay. Thank you guys. We will be back with our new tutorial just a bit moment later. Thanks to listen. Bye bye.